opposition to government shutdowns in the past. Here's your very first speech on the House floor.
It is not normal to shut down the government when we don't get what we want. It is not normal for public servants to run away and hide from the public that they serve. And it is certainly not normal to starve the people we serve for a proposal that is why.
Why does AOC need to be on CNN and get this coverage where she has to watch old like video of her talking and her like 5 minutes to defend this? And it's like, Donald Trump, when it comes to hungry people, we're killing millions of kids with the programs Trump is getting rid of, just like unilaterally, like unconstitutionally, unlawfully. And it's like AOC on CNN needs this hardcore, like, oh, you have to react to, you're a hypocrite, or are you a hypocrite? Like, it's just so annoying that she needs to defend this now. In the current political environment, we know what's happening right now with Trump and Musk, and supposedly Doge cutting these programs. And she needs to defend this. It's just so annoying.
Wildly unpopular among the American people.
Now, I get that you hate this continuing resolution. You don't think it's a good bill, but the alternative is likely a government shutdown.
Well, the alternative is to agree on a 30-day stopgap to keep government open as negotiated. The proposal is in front of the House. The proposal is on the Senate. Republicans had time to seek Democratic votes. And we can extend that time for them to seek that vote. Once again, we can come back. We can fly back. We can vote on this. We can get a stopgap measure, extend the amount of time to negotiate while we figure out a solution here for the American people. And I also agree, again, I maintain that position that government shutdowns, we can keep the government open with a 30-day clean CR. And on top of that, I also maintain the position that government officials and public servants should not be hiding from the public the way that Republicans are hiding and being instructed to not host town halls right now because of the outrage among the American public around their attempts to cut Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare.
My understanding is that your other senator, another Democrat,
yeah, they can go to the mines. Yeah, both New York senators voted for it, right? They both, Gillibrand, and Schumer both did the bad thing.
Kirsten Gillibrand also thinks that the Democrats should vote to go forward with the spending bill, unlike Senator Tim Kaine that we just heard from. And my guess is, I don't speak for either Schumer or Gillibrand, but my guess would be if they were here, they'd say, you're being naive. It's really just a choice between voting for a government shutdown or voting not for a government shutdown. People aren't going to come back. It just doesn't happen that way. Again, that's not me. I imagine that that's what they would say to you.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that Senate Democrats think that it is beyond wildest convention for us to come back, but House Democrats have done that before. The House has reconvened in emergency sessions before. I've certainly voted on the floor of Congress they've even called us back from August recess.
Oh yeah, Chuck Schumer has a book tour, guys. If you see the Chuck Schumer book tour nearby, make sure you pay it a visit, okay? The Chuck Schumer book tour, where is it? Where's the date at?
I mean, this idea that it is beyond the scope of imagination for us to come back from vacation is just not an acceptable answer for the American public.
I want to play something that President Trump said earlier today. Take a listen.
Okay. It's a book about rules of the road. Oh, the book is called Anti-Semitism in America. He's discussing his book Anti-Semitism in America on Chuck Schumer's book tour. So we're gonna empower the current party that's violating constitutional rights so you can go on your book tour to make money off this. I mean, the issue, it's obviously not the content of the book, but the actions of Chuck Schumer. So I was gonna say you can protest at these book book signings, but if you do that, they're probably going to say that you're protesting the actual book. So I don't know if you could do that. I don't know if you could. I don't know if that's safe. You might be accused of something.
If it's shut down, it's only going to be, if there's a shutdown, it's only because of the Democrats, and they would really be taking away a lot from our country and from the people of our country.
Your colleagues, House Republicans, are already using the term Schumer.
He's such a whiner, bro. Whenever I hear Trump talk, he's so whiny. He's a great manipulator, though. Great manipulator. He talks like every narcissistic manipulator you've ever heard in your life. Like he has perfect manipulator code down to a T. That's why I think Democrats can't really block the budget, right? They can't shut down the government, because if they do shut it down, Trump knows how to effectively blame them. Trump can effectively blame them really well, really easily. Trump can dominate the narratives better than almost anyone. So,
Or shutdown, which has that nice alliterative style. Are you not worried at all about Democrats taking the heat for the shutdown?
We know, and the American people are not going to have the wool pulled over their eyes. Everybody knows that Donald Trump is president, that Republicans have the Senate, and Republicans have the House. They have the keys to the entire United States government. And if Republicans wanted to avert a shutdown, they can. They can. They can, if they need Democratic votes, then they can negotiate with Democrats to get those votes. It is simple. They have two options: to pass it with their votes or to pass it with Democratic votes. And we also see the data bearing this out. When you look at public polling from very reputable firms, we see that the American people understand that, and they know that the party in charge of government is the party that's in charge of keeping.
be careful. They don't know that. Democrats often assume the public thinks things for rational reasons. You need to still message on it, because Trump can flip those numbers real quick. So although they blame the party in charge now, give a Republican media propaganda machine a few days, and that can totally flip, you know? And Democrats just cannot compete. They cannot compete with that.
Keeping government open.
What do you think of the job Democratic leaders are doing, not just Senate Democratic leaders, but also Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic leader in the House, your fellow New Yorker, in terms of standing up to Trump?
Well, when we look at this vote around this government funding bill that we saw this week, Leader Hakeem Jeffries was able to keep the entire House Democratic caucus united and together.
Except for Jared Golden.
Right.
Except for
Every
one.
single House Democrat, including every single House Democrat who won a Trump district, except
Who's the one guy? Which is the Democrat that voted for the budget in the House?
for one out of over 200 voted against this deeply partisan, extreme Republican spending bill. Not just because they're Democrats, but because they know it's bad for the country. This bill is bad for the country. And so I think that in terms of Democratic leadership in the House, we've seen that result in the House. I think it's time that we see similar results in the Senate.
Now, when you look at AOC's eyes, okay, I know what you're going to say. They're beautiful. But you really see someone who's pissed off, all right? You see someone who's really mad about what's happening, and she's fierce. She fiercely messages about this shit because she's from a real background, and she really cares about things going the right way. She's not going to be happy doing book tours and speaking engagements. She lives to see America become better, to make her communities safer, to make all communities safer. Like, she's mad. You could tell in her eyes there's intensity, laser focus, really direct talk. And most Democrats read like looking down, not looking confident. Look at her posture. She's going right at the person that she's talking to. Most Democrats, they read looking down at their little pamphlet, and they sound like they're reading to a room of kindergartners, like they're explaining policy to like a kid. They're trying to like make understand how the world works. But AOC, it's just like there's a way you carry yourself. There's body language. There's actual way you speak. She just has those intangibles and then carries herself very confidently. So I mean,
partisan,
Democrats need this
Republican spending bill, not just because they're Democrats.
Like, it's just like, I wish I could find another example.
Bad for the country.
Like, you can see how mad she is, or how like how much passion she has for what she's saying through her body language, and Bernie too.
Are just folks.
Oh boy, Bernie's coming down hard, bro. How about Bernie Sanders still being the leader against the authoritarianism as an 83-year-old? Nobody should have voted for this terrible CR.
No on this terrible continuing resolution written by right-wing.
Wait, why is this so loud?
I just voted no on this terrible continuing resolution written by right-wing Republicans in the House with no input from anybody but themselves.
Isn't this the first ever budget our government is going to operate with from Republicans that has zero input from Democrats too?
This bill moves our country toward authoritarianism by usurping Congress's constitutional responsibility to determine how federal funds are spent, and creates at the same time a slush fund for Elon Musk and Donald Trump to continue their war against the working families of.
Man, Chuck Schumer's got to go yesterday. Chuck Schumer's got to go. I have been saying that Chuck Schumer's and Hakeem Jeffries need to go. Hakeem Jeffries got lucky this time because his vote in the House was not the consequential one, so he could be symbolic and not have to decide the government shutdown or not. So Hakeem Jeffries voted against the CR, of course. The Senate voted yes. Enough Democrats voted yes. Chuck Schumer is weak and spineless and pathetic. But regardless, the leadership of the party needs to be changed now. We're running out of time to fix this, or at least to have a strong opposition to what's happening. Chuck Schumer, if he is still the Democratic leader in 2 years, we have fallen to fascism. I'm just saying.
Of our country. This bill puts more and more power into the hands of the White House. At a time when 60% of our people are living paycheck to paycheck and millions are struggling to keep their heads above water, this bill makes massive cuts to housing, health care, and nutrition, jeopardizes the functioning of the Social Security Administration, and continues the Trump administration's attack against veterans and the Veterans Administration.
A big problem here is that social issues are felt really emotionally by people. So if their emotions make them mad at LGBT plus community, pronouns, DEI, immigration, often people pass up material struggle and focus more on what makes them emotionally mad. So the fear here is that people feel some material harm, but they become more radicalized. Like Trump blames it on immigrants or blames it on these minority groups, and people actually get violent if things get bad. The goal would be to shift people to a more economic form of populism versus a far-right fascist form of populism, which is what Bernie could have done in 2016 if the Democrats would have welcomed him in with equal coverage to Hillary, and if they did not bestow a nomination to Hillary like 10 years in advance. I know Obama took it from her the first time she was supposed to win, because Obama was super powerful as a candidate. But yeah, we need to move these people that are going to be struggling to economic populism and, focus on fixing the system so they don't fall to the more violent fascism. That's what FDR did very effectively. During World War II, the entire world fell to some type of authoritarianism. Every country had like a strong leader, but some countries had a more liberal leader that cared about laws and some type of constitutional republic or constitutional norms. Other countries fell to complete fascism. In America, we had a far-right movement as well. We had far-right movements in America too, gaining a lot of power. But FDR, effectively with his rhetoric and understanding of the media at the time, was able to squash that potentially very dangerous movement. And you can argue FDR was a populist and a mini authoritarian too, but he just had such popularity from the people, and he had principles from which he operated. And you could argue that a principled, charismatic, not even charismatic, but a principled leader who can influence people to care about more productive things with their anger versus punch up rather than punch down to fix the system. We need someone like that now. And you could argue like a Tim Walz could be similar. Fun fact, FDR ran as vice president and lost in 1920, I think. And then FDR ended up winning 4 terms later, or 3 terms, whatever. He would have won 10 terms if he didn't die. So maybe Tim Walz can lose as VP and then run for president.
This bill will make the rich richer and the poor poorer. In order to pass this legislation, the Republicans needed 60 votes, which meant that they had to have 7 votes from Democrats, and they got them. Actually, they got 10 votes. That is sad. That is an absolute dereliction of duty on the part of the Democratic leadership. Nobody in this Senate should have voted for this dangerous bill. In America today, as all of you know, we face an unprecedented set of crises.
Bad things are happening, and Bernie's going to tell us about all of them. And we hear him talk about this a lot, but cutting Medicaid and a bunch of different programs. Climate change, Republican leadership is bad, economic and political crisis.
We say many times, the economic and political crises facing our country will not be solved here in Washington, D.C. The system is just too corrupt. As a result of Citizens United, billionaires are able to spend unlimited sums of money.
Now, notice when Bernie Sanders says the system is corrupt, he doesn't point to some nebulous cabal of people and some dark, behind the scenes secret society like Trump does. Bernie talks about, here's the issue, corruption. Where's the corruption from? Too much money in politics. Why is there too much money in politics? Here is the court ruling that allowed this to happen. How do we fix this? We get money out of politics. What laws do we pass? Here are the laws for this. What do we want in elections? We want politicians that don't take big money. Bernie Sanders gives you an action plan. Bernie Sanders empowers you to rise up. Bernie Sanders empowers you to understand how the system works so you can help make a positive change in your community, in your system, in your government. Trump says, I'm going to save you. Me. Bernie says, not me, us. That's the big difference in the approach of the right-wing populism versus the left-wing reformist pseudo-populism. Not pseudo, but like, you know what I mean. Populist rhetoric to reform the system to be less corrupt. Big difference between authoritarianism and what Bernie's doing. Bernie wants you to understand the system, become more educated, understand how to fix it. Trump wants you to give him all the power, and he says, trust me, bro, I'll fix it. Give me ultimate power.
Buying and selling politicians.
And that's the true difference in levels of freedom. You could say Bernie's a democratic socialist, but he wants power in society to be distributed among more people. More people that have the power. He complains about too few people having too much power. That includes government, by the way. That includes when Trump bypasses our checks and balances. I love Bernie, man. What a good guy.
And that is what they do. Further, on any given day, thousands of corporate lobbyists roam the halls of Congress doing the bidding of their corporate masters. If there has ever been a time in the modern history of...
And you can say it's more simplistic than the actual facts are, but that's okay. The messaging should be guiding people in the right direction. Like J.D. Vance said, directionally correct. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump's directionally correct was saying that Haitians are eating cats and dogs to drive anti-immigrant sentiment, which is, similar to that one kind of populism throughout history that resulted in really bad things. But Bernie's, directionally correct, is being anti-corruption.
Of our country, where ordinary people at the grassroots level have got to stand up and fight back. Now is that
grassroots
time.
Organizing. When did Trump ever ask you to organize and push for policies that can make your life better for housing or whatever? Trump doesn't do shit except say, the golden era of America. Life is so hard for me. So hard. So hard, so difficult. Woe is me. I had it so hard. I grew up in poverty. I made it out of poverty. I don't know how I worked so hard. It's like, oh my God, bro. You guys got bad bullshit detectors. Holy
now
crap.
Is the time to reclaim our democracy. Now is the time to demand that we have an economy that works for all of us and not just the billionaire class. Now is the time for each and every one of us as proud Americans to get involved in the political process in any and every way that we can. Because here is the simple truth. The vast majority of the American people, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see us maintain a corrupt campaign finance system which allows billionaires to buy elections.
And this is true for many Trump supporters as well, but the Trump supporters fell for the Trump lies and manipulation. And Democrats don't give a good counter-narrative to Trump's fake reality TV narratives. So how do Democrats... I mean, number one, Democrats need to adjust their policy a little bit. Democrats need to have some type of anti-corruption policy they could actually stand on and run on in a real way. The policy doesn't matter that much, but they need to change their entire their approach as a party to be truly anti-corruption. Talk about different reforms and consumer protections, but you have to package it in a way that someone can understand very easily. Because even right now in my comments, the Trump supporters in the chat are like, Bernie's a pushover because the corrupt establishment, Bernie endorsed them. Because they don't care that Bernie helped get more people health care, or he helped make the ACA better. He helped influence legislation to help working class people get paid more, or to help labor protections. They don't care about those like policy things. They care about the schoolyard. How can you look cool in the cafeteria in high school? That's what Trump supporters largely and the median voter goes off of. Like Obama. Obama's so cool, bro. Obama's so cool. That's why a lot of people voted for Obama. It's not a race thing. It's like they voted for Obama because Obama was the populist. He was cool. He had the vibes. So how do Democrats get vibes? Not Chuck Schumer. Not Hakeem Jeffries. Bernie's too old now. Bernie's not even a Democrat, so... Here's a really dumb comment. They need to tone down the trans talk. It didn't help them at all. Well, I don't know if Democrats can continue or can stop how Republicans don't shut up about it. Kamala Harris did not talk about trans issues at all. She refused to talk about trans issues. Republicans talk about it nonstop. They're obsessed with trans issues. Republicans do not shut up about it. The Democrats should have responded, but the Democrats need to respond confidently with a counter narrative. The issue is Democrats just like cede too much ground to Republicans. Then Republicans win the messaging battle. I hate... Ooh. Man, I love it. Trump has the highest approval rating of any president in modern history. Yes. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. Yep. Sure. That's definitely happening. Even Adam Schiff said something, bro. How did dude? Democrats are compromised. Any Democrat that voted for this is not. They're dinos.
So today was a bad day for the country, and I won't sugarcoat it. Today was also a bad day for the Democratic Party.
I know Trumpers love Adam Schiff. I don't like Adam Schiff, but I know Trumpers love him.
Let me explain. Today we took up that 6-month CR, or continuing resolution, giving Donald Trump 6 more months to continue doing what he's doing. Tearing down our agencies, firing federal workers, cutting Medicaid, closing Social Security office, devastating veterans, laying off veterans. We just gave him 6 more.
Dude, people, I could be a politician. I can be a politician. After watching Bernie Sanders and hearing Schiff talk now, dude, how are you so bad at this? How are you so bad at talking on camera? You're stumbling all over the place. Make a point. Give the narrative.
More months to continue down that destructive path. We in the Congress gave up our authority, gave up our power to allow him to continue to do this because we...
Oh my God. The way, I'm sorry, this is, okay. This is probably an autistic thing I'm saying right now, but it matters in speech. The way he is formulating his thoughts and the order in which he's presenting these different concepts, like we gave up our power, they want to do corrupt things, they're hurting the working class people, they're hurting veterans and all that stuff. The way he's structuring it, the way he's saying it is terrible from a speaking standpoint, I'm sorry, I really care about messaging and speaking because it matters so much now. And I just like...
We feared something worse if we refused. Now, I made it clear I think that was the wrong judgment. I strongly oppose this CR, but nevertheless...
Oh my God, I think it was the wrong judgment. I strongly oppose.
It passed. Why is this a bad day for the country?
But nevertheless, it passed.
We have to step back and understand what our founders did when they established the Constitution and our set of checks and balances. Our founders understood that as Madison's...
Now, what you do here, you want to package your speech here, not in a sense of, we have to go back to do a history lesson on why our founding fathers did what they did when they included checks and balances. Okay, here's how you present it. Now, he's reading off a teleprompter right now with a fancy camera setup. You say, Donald Trump wants to make it clear that he can do anything he wants without any restriction. Trump has said the courts cannot tell him what laws or what the Constitution says. Trump has said Congress cannot decide what laws are or where funding goes. Because Trump wants to steal that funding. He wants to take that funding and give it to the ultra-rich in a tax cut. And he wants to take as much government power as possible. So he needs to answer to no one. Our government is great because of our checks and balances. Because when there's power, we can check it. And that balance is what...
said men were no angels. If they were angels, there would be no need for government. So we needed a government, but we also needed to make sure that that government divided up power so that no one could become too powerful.
You suck.
Understanding the nature of human nature, that the accretion
Understanding
of power
the
can
nature of
corrupt
human nature. Whoa!
They split up the power between the different branches of government, between the executive.
Bro, understand the nature of human nature, bro. Do you understand the nature of human nature?
Of human nature, that the accretion of power can sure that that government divided up power so that no one could become too powerful.
Bro, you sound like you're talking to a kid. You sound like you're talking to a preschool right now, reading a kid's book. Like, Jesus.
There'd be no need for government. So we needed a government, but we also needed to make sure that that government divided up power so that no one could become too powerful. Understanding the nature of human nature, that the accretion of power can corrupt human nature.
He said human nature 3 times. He said it 3 times. Why did he say it 3 times?
Founders did when they established the Constitution and our set of checks and balances.
He's spitting, bro. He's rhymed, dude. He rhymed 3 words right there. Nature, nature, and nature.
Understood that, as Madison said, men were no angels. If they were angels, there would be no need for government. So we needed a government, but we also needed to make sure that that government divided up power so that no one could become too powerful. Understanding the nature of human nature, that the accretion of power can corrupt human nature, they split up the power between the different branches of government, between the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. And that worked well for 200 years.
He sounds like an AI talking, bro. He sounds like an AI talking.
Until it started
You can say all of this in a more convincing way in 30 seconds.
to break down, until institutions started to, on their own, give up.
What is he even saying, bro? This is so bad. I could be a politician. I just need some money, bro. I just need some
Split
money.
up the power between the different branches of government, between the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary.
Is there a test after this?
And
I'm
that
motivated
worked
to vote
well
now.
for
Thank you.
200 years.
Freaking
Until it started
Adam
to
Schiff.
break down, until institutions started to, on their own, give up some of their authority. Now, the founders expected that we would jealously guard our own institutions, that ambition would be made to check ambition.
Oh my God! It's not even like good for. I said it's like he's talking to a kid, but he's all over the place. Like, this is not a way you can even talk to a kid to make them explain something. Like the different branches of government are supposed to be equal to check each other, so no one branch becomes too powerful. Like, that's fine. Then you say like
So the ambition of people in the legislature,
the ambition, blah blah blah. But it's like, okay, if you're in Congress, you want to have power to restrict the executive branch. But why do Republicans in Congress right now? And this is where you like beg the question, where you get people really thinking. You say, why do Republicans in power, just like Tucker Carlson would be like, why? Why do Republicans want to give up that check on power? Why do Republicans want to give up that check on power? Why do Republicans now say courts cannot decide anything? Why do Republicans now say Trump is the living Constitution? It's because they want to make him have as much power by himself as possible, so he does not need to listen to the American people. Like, it's just like, why do Republicans want to give up this power? Why do they want to not, like, I feel like it's such, I don't know. Maybe after you're like rich for too long, you just forget how to talk. I don't know.
The legislative branch would check the ambition of people in the executive branch, and the ambition of people in the judicial branch.
Oh, now there's people coming to watch the stream. Welcome to the stream, assholes. Drop a like on the stream, assholes. Drop a like on the stream, on the short stream. Go drop a like on it. Drop a like. I'll take call-ins after this freaking Adam Schiff video.
Check on both the other branches.
Dumbasses.
But that has broken down in favor of the ambition of a president of your own party.
Yeah, say the ambition. Say the word ambition again, bro. Say ambition 10 more times.
And so
I'll
you're
understand
seeing
it.
Republicans in the House and Senate willing to give up their authority to this president because they think this president will do their will, or because they think that the president will carry out their agenda and won't punish them for dissenting.
What did you just say to me? What did you just say? I don't know what you just said. What point are you making right now? What point is this guy making?
Ambition of a president of your own party. And so we have seen Republicans in the House and Senate willing to give up their authority.
We've seen Republicans in the House and Senate willing to give up their authority. They're giving it up. Okay. So I gave you a narrative before he went on this little tirade. Okay. They're going to give up their authority. Number one. Okay. That's okay.
To this president because they think this president will do their will, or because
to this president because they think this president will do their will.
They think that the president will carry out their agenda and won't punish them for dissenting. Perfect test case in this CR, Republicans giving up the power of Congress to stop these tragic tests that are wrecking the economy. Why on earth would Congress give up that power? Because they don't want to have to vote on it themselves, because they're afraid that if they do vote on it and they affirm what Donald Trump is doing, they'll be punished by their voters. So they say we will just...
Oh, what kind of speech is this? What kind of what rhetorical tactic is this right here? Like, what is he...
rather not have that power anymore. We will give it to you, Donald Trump. That is a bad day for the United States, a bad day for the balance of power. We are ceding our authority. We are
yes, Americans care about the balance of power. Many Americans will respond to this messaging.
That could not be trusted with any more power. It is Donald Trump. The Supreme Court, too, has given up its authority.
Okay. He went through...
by handing the president what he already in the House. We're in the only hope that we have of standing up to this president, of pushing back against the destructive actions he's taking, is if we stay together. In the House...
Okay. I want you to recognize, now there is a method to my madness as well, but remember, in this entire statement here, he has not mentioned why what Trump is doing is bad, other than the balance of power and checks and balances, and like ambitions of different branches, giving up their power for checking the other branches. He has not said one thing about healthcare, about housing, about veterans, about any of the hot political topics you can intertwine into like a statement like this. Why is he like avoiding every political... like every effective political messaging here? Like, is this what people like? Dude, this is what people... Oh God, dude. Is this how Democrats talk all the time?
We did not stay together in the Senate. Now, I understand many of my colleagues who voted the other way that I did today firmly hold the conviction that voting for it was the less of two evils. And look,
he's not explaining anything at all to anyone. Like, I'm sorry, I'm done. I won't look at it anymore. It's just so bad, so bad. I made people quit. I have never been so uninspired. Yeah, true, Epoch. Yeah, I'll take one call. Whoever calls in, take one call, then I'm going to bed. I'm tired now. I moved the time to 4 hours for the stream. I don't know if I'm going to get the 4 hours or not. I'll do 10 hours someday. I have to start earlier, though. Yeah, he's talking about the Senate ceding power, but when we talk about median voters and why a median voter would care about any of this, we need to make much better appeals. Like, we know Trump is not good for institutions. What happened to 10 hours? I'm asleep. I'm sleepy. I need McDonald's. It's that simple. Well, no one's calling, guys. Gotta go to bed. Gotta go bed. No, but like him talking about the Senate ceding power doesn't matter at all. Like, two voters, we have to tell them a story, or at least a narrative about what they're doing, phrased in a way that a median voter would understand.
Hey, yo, Jay, let me recover my, you know what I'm saying? I'm more on the even kill now, you feel me?
Ooh, is leaving myself.
All right, Jay, I forgive myself, my bad. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious of the things I say and how I move.
These voicemails are crazy. Nice. Okay,
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach...
Are you kidding me right now? Call again. Call again right now. Yeah, I opened up the line. The numbers are too small anyway. We're not gonna get any viewers. I'll do one little conversation quick. I'm done then. I'm exhausted now.
To accept.
Hello?
Hello?
Howdy, what's up?
No.
What?
up?
Hi, are you trying to talk? Aldicron, are you trying to talk on stream? Are you waiting here to talk?
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, snap. I didn't even know I was.
Are you just in here
yeah.
randomly? Well, I'm on stream if you want to talk. I saw you in this waiting room. I just wanted to check if you wanted to come on stream quick before I go offline.
Yeah, so basically what I
Hey, one
wanted
second,
to talk
I'll drag you
about
into the other
real
room. One
quick
second. One
was...
second. Shut up. Okay,
Oh,
go ahead.
oh, you pulled me over. Yeah, I want to talk about really quick. You, I just got here like towards the end of your stream. So I got here when you were talking about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And she was like making comments about how the Republican Party is essentially doing bad things. I forgot exactly what she said, but the thing about here is I'm more focused on Doge. So there is a lot of evidence that they've pulled out with cases of really bad spending on our tax dollars. So have you actually looked at what the government was spending money on?
So with Doge, they have not exposed anything that was not public information. You can disagree on where money's spent, but that'd be done through either reallocating it, which is not what they did. They closed down entire departments in Doge. They killed USAID. They killed CFPB, Consumer Financial Protections. They want to kill a bunch of other departments, and they've illegally installed private servers into many of these agencies. So, I mean, when it comes to what Doge has exposed so far, there's a reason the House Republican budget does not include any Doge cuts. It's because the Doge cuts are not really like real things. I think they cut like $8 billion in total so far, and a lot of that is just like personnel and like random little contracts, but they want to make people mad about like funding like a trans parade somewhere or like a gay
Well,
Elmo
it's not.
in Afghanistan
Well,
or
it's
something.
not. It's no. It's not just like funding of those kind of things. This is like serious money that we're talking about here. Like I'm seeing an example here for $699,000 going to a study for cannabis use among sexual minority, gender diverse individuals. Do you believe that we should be spending almost $700,000 on cannabis use among sexual minority, gender diverse individuals? Like studying that, you think we should
What's
be
the
spending
study?
that kind
You
of money on
said
that?
money for
Studying
for cannabis use?
use?
I think we definitely should be
Fine.
studying the health effects of cannabis use on different populations for sure, to understand how it affects people, like we do with other drugs and alcohol and all that kind of stuff. That's a completely reasonable medical study.
Okay, but why should the citizens of the United States be like work so that money goes into that?
Should we fund cancer research?
The government shouldn't be funding anything like that.
Okay, so we should not
In
fund
my
cancer
opinion.
research.
No, like that. Like okay, look.
I disagree. Then
At
I
the
think
end
we
of-
should fund like
at-
cancer research and like preventative,
end of the-
for diseases. I think that's a good thing to fund. I want my
Well-
tax dollars going there for sure.
Well, the thing about the health industry, right, is that most of it is centered around selling a product. So I'm against like the medical industry being used as a means to continue like their corrupt practices against people financially. So that I mean, like what I just mentioned, was only one example, and this was
We have an issue.
700,000.
Well, you don't want to even fund cancer research, so we can't really have a conversation. You're an anti-government radical. You just don't like government in general. So I mean, there's nothing. We're not going to agree on anything.
Well, the thing about this is like you have a negative view of Trump's points.
No,
And I mean, like-
I'm pro funding child cancer research. So yeah,
Oh.
if you're gonna cut that, then I'm against that for sure. So I'm
All right,
against Trump
all right.
doing that. Yeah.
All right. So I see you making a lot of negative points against Trump, but here's one point that recently came about, like in recent news, and it's that Trump wants to essentially end federal taxes for people who make less than $150,000 a year. And that's a win for us. So when you tell,
I
when
disagree.
Okay, so I'll hear your side of the case on that.
I don't think that's real, but that's definitely not real.
It is real, actually. You
Where
can
did
look
you
this
hear
up.
that from? Oh, I guarantee. No, I guarantee that's not going to happen. They're just saying that. Just like they said, we're going to get $5,000. They said we're going to get $5,000 dose checks too. So
Even if it doesn't happen, right? Like,
oh,
even if it
Lutnick
doesn't,
said that. Lutnick's a dumbass. Like I'm not gonna. If Trump says it, I'll listen to it. But Lutnick said that. Lutnick is literally says the dumbest shit. He said that that tariffs are not a tax over and over again on social media and on mainstream news. I don't trust anything Lutnick says. But regardless, that wouldn't really help us at all. That would just make things more expensive anyway. It would just be inflation. It's good to
What
have
do
a
you
progressive
mean by
taxation
that?
system.
Why-
If every
why would-
person, because we'd have too much. Like if we cut taxes for everyone making under $150,000. We would get critical services cut from our communities and from our infrastructure.
Like what?
I don't know, roads and bridges and clean air and clean water and whatever else we fund with our tax dollars. And
Oh, why
also,
can't
if
the
we all
states-
just like have
why
no
can't the
taxes,
states-
inflation's just going to go up because we all have more money. We're just going to spend the money. Everything's just going to go up in price.
Wait, why can't the state cover those expenses?
Because
They get enough money,
they need
don't
to.
they?
No.
We have the Department of Treasury. Yes, we do.
Do you want to raise?
do.
I feel like I know how Sam Seder feels on the Jubilee video. Do you want to raise taxes on the rich to make up for the budget shortfall?
No, I don't believe in that. Because if you raise
Okay, so you want to
taxes
cut
on the
all
rich-
government. You want to are you against all government in general?
I am not against all government. I am for less government. I believe
Yeah,
that
so
the
that's all you
federal
want
government-
then. You don't want to fund the programs though. We can't fund the same programs we have now if we cut taxes for people making under $150,000 where they don't pay any taxes. It'd be a huge revenue shortfall. We would have to cut most of our critical programs in the U.S. if we did that, or a lot of them at least.
Like, don't you just realize that we like Biden? I'm sorry. Yeah, Joe Biden, when he was president, he literally handed away almost $500 billion to Ukraine. and we're talking about like
Are you a troll? Are you a troll?
No, I'm not a troll. We literally gave him like $500 billion over the 4 years that he was in office, dude. It's a thing.
I wish. I'd be for that. I wish that happened.
Why are you for something like why would you be for paying for other people's problems? Like it just doesn't.
Because I like supporting other people. I like Jesus. I'm a Jesus guy. I like Jesus Christ. Jesus taught me to do that. It's also beneficial for the U.S. To like pay for. I like helping my neighbors get healthcare. I like helping kids with cancer.
But they're not our neighbors.
No,
Ukraine
kids
is
with
not
cancer.
our
No,
neighbor.
kids with cancer. I like kids with cancer too. I want to fund them too. Kids with cancer are awesome. We should give money to kids with cancer.
Why can't corporations be the ones who donate that kind of money? You know, so
why are they going to
Apple
donate the
is
money?
like-
They're just going to donate it?
wouldn't they think just like you?
No.
Wouldn't they want to be? Oh,
That's why we
you
have
see,
government,
so-
actually,
so-
because big corporations hate human
what
rights,
makes
so we
you-
need governments to
alright, so
maintain that.
all right, so what makes you think that the government actually cares? Because
The government
in
is not a
hindsight-
thing. The government's not real. That's not a real thing. The government can't care. The government's not one person. The government is a lot of people. That's how a constitutional republic works. It's not one person caring or not. It's a bunch of people influencing the system in different ways. It's complicated, for sure. Who is the government? I
So-
don't know who the government is. Is that a person named Government? Is his name like Gover and then Mint for the last name? I don't know who that is.
let's just say every branch except for the executive branch. All right, every branch except for the executive branch. That means the legislative and judicial branch. We can consider those two bodies as being what I call the government. Sounds fair?
No, because the government's not one person. So like if you have a government and it's made up of like Republicans and Democrats and libertarians and social Democrats, then you have a bunch of different influences.
That's what I just said.
So like saying does the government care? I mean, not inherently. The government doesn't. The government's not good or bad.
Right.
The government changes based on who's in control, how power is delegated, and what it does. So governments are not good or bad.
What benefit does America get by spending $500 billion on Ukraine?
Okay, so the actual number is $120 billion.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, all right. Even if it is $120 billion, you think it's right that we're just sending them $120 billion out of the blue?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we have a treaty we have a deal with them that we provide security guarantees if they gave up their nuclear weapons, and it helps geopolitically, and it's good for humanitarian reasons. And on every metric, it's the most justifiable military funding we've actually ever done, probably as a nation. Especially since we're giving money to Israel every single day. So I mean, Ukraine's definitely justified.
But they're losing the war now, so does it even benefit us to uphold our end of it?
Yeah, because Russia's been beat up really bad. Russia's been beat up really bad for a big country. Like Russia's been decimated for how big they are versus Ukraine. Ukraine has fought back better than anyone ever thought they would. Even our own military intelligence did not think Ukraine could have fought back. Well, it might not look that way from the media you're watching, because you think we gave them $500 billion, so you probably watched the wackiest shit in the world. You're watching some Looney Tunes shit, bro. Holy shit.
Why? All right, so then why did Zelensky come over here begging for money if it's going so well?
We still need aid for Ukraine. It's still going well, yeah. Because if aid was cut off completely and intel was cut off, that could be a problem. Ukraine's not a super rich country. They need support from for funding and military weapons, mostly weapons.
All right, so my personal belief is that we shouldn't be giving them any more help when they are surrounded by.
Well, they're not surrounded. Wait, what do you mean they're surrounded? Bro,
they're surrounded by 5 different
paid by
European
Russia?
nations.
Are you paid by Russia, bro?
They are surrounded by different.
Okay, where did you? Okay, the $500 billion number. Where did you get $500 billion from? What source?
I mean, I can't pull it out right now. I literally just called you out of the.
Because the actual number is $120 billion. It's not 500. And I know that for a fact because it's in our government budget.
Even if it is 120.
No, I just don't like liars. I think you're immoral because you lie a lot, and it's not good to lie. I think you should pray tonight and ask God for forgiveness because you lie to people.
What?
You should ask God for forgiveness because you lie to people. It's $120 billion. If you keep saying $500 billion, then you're going to go to hell. You have to ask God for forgiveness and repent and go to confession if you're Christian or if you're Catholic. Yeah, $128 billion is what Angry Dragon found. Thank you, Angry Dragon.
All right, $128 billion. It still doesn't. Like that's still a huge number.
I know. We should have sent a lot more. We should have sent a lot. No, actually not.
Are you
the U.S.
crazy?
is ranked 17th in total funding to Ukraine based off GDP percentage. We're ranked 17th. 17th.
You know how absolutely insane you sound. They are literally.
If you don't know if you don't know much about things, that's not true either.
The war. What do you mean it's not true?
By every standard, Ukraine's winning. By every standard, Ukraine is winning, actually, because they're a smaller country being invaded. Russia thought they're going to steamroll them. Russia's been having a lot of issues. Actually, Putin's been very embarrassed by what's happening here. It's really Russia.
And why did Zelensky come over here? Why did Zelensky come over here begging for more money?
He was talking about possible security guarantees. It's normal for leaders of countries to meet with other countries that are allies. Like, we had the UK here, we had France here, we had Ireland here. So yeah, we have a bunch of world leaders here to talk about policies. Yeah, that makes sense. That's just a normal thing.
All right. I mean,
I wish we tripled Ukraine funding. I wish we quadrupled it. I want to send all of my money to Ukraine. All my $6,000 I paid in the federal taxes. I want to send all of that to Ukraine.
But instead of sending money, why don't you just go over there and fight for them?
Are you reading off a paper right now? Because are you an AI bot? Like unironically,
no,
are you an AI bot?
I'm right here. I'm literally.
It sounds like
right
you're reading
here
off a
talking.
paper of the dumbest bullshit points I've heard on. Not even bullshit, just like stupid. Just so stupid. Why would I go fight for them?
Really
they don't want to. No, Ukraine's not asking for people. They're asking for aid. Ukraine never asked for anything but aid, and for
You don't think
they just
that
want ammunition.
numbers win a war? You don't think that numbers win a war?
Ukraine just wants ammunition. They just want aid.
All right, hold on, Jolah.
I never said I'll go fight for him. I never said I'll go fight for him.
Right.
I said I'll give him. I said I'll give him my tax dollars.
All right.
I'll
Jolah,
give him our
Jolah,
rich people's tax dollars.
all right,
I'll give
hold
him
on,
aid
hold
to
on.
back up our treaties.
I have an excellent counterpoint for you. Do you know what Ukraine was actually like before they even got into the war?
No, you're reading off a paper right now. You're reading off a list
No,
of
I'm
talking
not.
points.
No, I'm
you
not.
sound like you're reading.
No,
No,
I'm
I can
not.
tell when you ask a question, you're reading off you because you literally just
No.
said, "I have a question for you. I have a question for you." You're like, "Do you know what Ukraine was even like before they won the war?" It's like, bro, you're reading off a paper right now. You're reading off a paper. Are you like in training to be
No.
like a TPUSA member? Like
No,
unironically,
I am
I
not.
want the ins, dude. You
show
can pay me.
I can show you my whole desktop.
They could pay me, dude. If you know the context, tell them to pay me like $500. I'll switch ideologies
because
instantly,
you don't
bro.
know this country well enough, Joe.
I'll switch ideologies instantly, bro. I'll switch ideologies instantly.
You don't even realize that they came out of an oligarchy not long ago.
Yeah, I know. They have corruption issues.
The Orange
we have deals with them.
The Orange Revolution. You heard about it, right? You understand that this is this country was extremely corrupt. This country that you want to send a whole ton of money to, they were extremely
weapons. I want to send
corrupt.
weapons to Ukraine. Yeah, because we have a deal with them for security guarantees. If they gave up their nukes, then we should back up deals that we make with countries,
But that
or countries
money-
lose faith in the
that-
U.S.
But before the war, all that money that was spent on military funding, like it disappeared. They
That's
didn't
not true
actually
either.
spend it.
That's not true either.
Yes, it is.
That's not
They
true.
have
Nothing disappeared.
Bro, even ChatGPT
Zelensky.
will tell you that shit, dude. They had extreme corruption issues. That Ukraine is a country that had extreme corruption issues before the war.
What point are you making?
you're-
I don't care if they had corruption issues. I know they have corruption issues. They want to become more democratic. Their corruption issues largely stem from their association by living next to
But
Russia.
you understand
That's why
that you don't
Poland's
even
been
know
able to
where this
excel, but
money
Ukraine's
is.
not able to.
You don't even know.
He's a propagandist. He's paid by Russia. He is paid by Russia. I know he is. I know he is. He's literally paid by Russia. He's reading off a paper. Guys, in the horizontal chat, doesn't it sound like he's reading off a script, like unironically? Yeah, the U.S. has a lot of corruption issues. Therefore, countries should never work with the U.S. The logic is very, very sound. It's just stupid too. It's just so stupid. The corruption issues are not the conversation. And if you know about Ukraine, it's just so hard. It's so hard to win against stupidity. It's so hard to win against lies. It really is hard because I can understand if someone's watching me talk to that person, then they're gonna agree with that person because they don't know the information. And the Trump talking points appeal to people that don't have information about shit. It's easy to believe their talking points, their lies. Their lies are crafted for weak-minded people to just like fall in line. It's just too oof. And they're probably bots. Now this guy's talking about, when you talk about Ukraine, all I hear is Biden and his son making millions, and he commented that twice in a row, so it's probably either a bot or a copy pasta. So that's good.
Call from
Jeff.
Hi.
Hello?
What?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
What's up?
So you were talking about earlier that so the Congress hearing that they had, like, where Trump spoke to the Democrats and stuff, all the people.
Yeah.
During that talk, Trump tried to, like, shine a light on the kid that beat cancer. And those Dems didn't do anything. They just sat down. They didn't applaud for them at all. What's your thoughts on that?
Some Democrats did applaud. I think Democrats should have done it because when Trump does that, he's doing it for propaganda purposes and symbolism. The kid's cute. I hope the kid does well. I hope the kid, can recover, definitely. But also Democrats, it was bad politically for them for sure. But Trump is also cutting child cancer funding and also child health care for poor kids. So that's why Democrats were not happy when he like brought the kid out, because he's cutting health care for kids around the country. And he's just covering that up with this kid he's using for propaganda. So he is using the kid for his political means.
Well, yeah, but he's still like, I don't know, but Elon is still trying to find corruptness. Like, he's gonna make mistakes to find.
Well, that wasn't a mistake. They meant to cut that. They are still cutting that even after finding out what they cut. So yeah, that was not a mistake. They purposely are cutting child cancer research, and they're giving that money to rich people.
And how would they do that?
Big tax cuts for mostly rich people, and also government contracts for companies that Elon Musk owns.
And earlier you were talking to the other guy. You were saying that since Ukraine gave up their nukes, we have to defend them, right?
Usually when you sign a treaty or a deal with a country, or if you have a treaty where you tell a country to get rid of their nukes and denuclearize them, and you say we're going to defend you or provide aid, then yeah, you should maintain your agreements you make with other countries, because if you don't maintain your word, then countries don't trust you anymore. So that's one purpose of international treaties. And if you are known as a country that you cannot trust globally, then countries start cutting you off from intel. They stop trading with you. They stop giving you any type of seat at the table. So yeah, it's good to back up our word with other countries, especially when we take their nukes away. We help them get rid of their nukes. Now countries are going to be really hesitant to denuclearize and get rid of nukes, because the USA is proving if you get rid of your nukes and we say we're going to defend you, we could just change our minds any second. So yeah, countries are going to keep their nukes now instead of getting rid of them, because when countries like the US give security guarantees, now people know it'll be bullshit if we walk away completely.
It wasn't guaranteed though. It's in the contract. You don't have to defend them. It's not. You can't get in legal trouble for doing that.
It's not about legal trouble. It's about your country being trusted globally.
Yeah, but that doesn't really benefit us. Ukraine's not doing anything to back down Russia. They're not.
Other countries. Well, Ukraine's doing very well against Russia by every single metric possible. Russia barely was able to infringe on Ukraine's territory. Ukraine actually took parts of Russia as well. The territorial lines have barely moved in the past 2 years. It's been a pretty big stalemate as far as Russia being able to invade Ukraine, especially since Russia has soldiers from North Korea as well helping, and a lot more troops. Ukraine has done fantastic, and that's not even part of the conversation. It's still the concept of, if we make a deal with the country, we say we're going to defend them, we could provide reasonable security aid, and the U.S. right now ranks 17th in our support of Ukraine. The EU has given far more per capita and per GDP than we have. So other countries have given a lot more to Ukraine than we have as a country. And yeah, I think it's good to support Ukraine, especially when they're being invaded by an authoritarian nation, Russia, which threatened, they put bounties on American citizens. They kidnap kids and they do child sex trafficking in Russia. Ukrainian kids, they put them in re-education and concentration camps in Russia. They shoot their own soldiers if their soldiers retreat or don't listen. They kill their own people. And yeah, Russia has threatened nuclear annihilation of the U.S. multiple times. And like I said, they want to kidnap Americans. They want to put bounties on American soldiers' heads. So yeah, it's good to support Ukraine for many, many reasons. There's actually no reason to not support Ukraine that makes any actual logical sense, other than I don't want to give money to the other countries. But if you think that, then you just don't understand foreign policy very well. Which I'm not an expert either, but I know people who are.
What is Ukraine getting from doing this? They're not making any progress. They're basically
they're defending their country versus an authoritarian dictatorship that kills and rapes their people. So they don't want to be part of Russia for a reason.
Yeah, but
so they're defending themselves.
They're taking over Russia land too as well. So
it's a part of defense in a war. So if you're having a conflict like that, you want to strike inside the country and take parts of Russia, because it also weakens the attacking enemy. So offense can be defense at a certain point in the war. Now, Ukraine was not allowed to go into Russia or to shoot missiles inside of Russia for the first few years. but Biden removed the limitations when Trump was going to take office. I'm pretty sure to give Ukraine a better chance to strike before Trump took office, but Ukraine was not allowed to strike within Russia till then. But it is a form of defense to when a country's invading you. If you could take areas that they have as well, then it's also a bargaining chip. And once Russia invades and violates all these ceasefires they had and peace treaties and whatever else, then at that point you're being invaded, and if you can take land, then you could take it, and then that could be a negotiating tool.
Yeah, but even when you're like weakening Russia, you're not weakening Russia because they have so many people that are just ready to go all the time.
That's actually that's very not true at all. Russia is having a very hard time conscripting. Conscripting means when you force troops to come into the army, you're they're conscripts. And they have to actually borrow soldiers from North Korea as well. And North Koreans had to come help. So a lot of North Koreans died as well. Russia's actually having a bad time in this invasion, and Putin's been thoroughly embarrassed because by all metrics, with the technology Russia has said they've claimed they had, they should have been barreling through Ukraine, but they have not been able to do anything like they thought they'd be able to.
Well, North Koreans volunteered themselves. It's not like Putin was like.
Oh yeah, North Korea volunteers themselves. Yeah, that's how it works in dictatorships. You know, North Koreans are not allowed to speak to anyone in the outside world.
Well, I know,
if you're in North Korea, they did not volunteer themselves.
It's not.
Yeah, like cattle. Yeah, like cattle. Like Russia is putting people into the meat grinder endlessly to invade Ukraine. They should stop invading Ukraine for sure.
What?
Russia should stop invading Ukraine.
Putin is not recruiting North Koreans.
Yeah, they are. They do. Yeah, they are. They are recruiting. Yes, they are. They're making deals. It's a transaction. North Korea is sending people. North Korea, Russia, and China train together.
Yeah. Oh, what are they getting out of it?
Out of what?
Of sending their troops to Russia.
Probably, I don't know, money or something. Money, trade, oil, energy, whatever it might be. They all work together though for whatever transactions they're making. But they are authoritarian countries, so they want to support each other as well. They're dictatorships, so dictatorships like helping dictatorships.
So what would you suggest that USA does to like help Ukraine more, to send them more money?
Just continue providing intel. And allow Ukraine to keep on purchasing, like Starlink, for example, would be good. If the U.S. doesn't want to send any more money, that's one thing. But also, someone just commented, wouldn't Russia be a better trading partner? I wish I lived in your guys' reality where you could just ignore every fact about the human world in general. Like, yeah, Russia, the country that wants to nuke the U.S. and wants to kill American soldiers and rape and torture us. Yeah, they're a great trading partner. I don't want to empower dictatorships like that. I just don't want to empower dictatorships like that.
They've never been on bad terms, really.
Russia has threatened to nuke the U.S. more times than we can count. And again, putting bounties on American people. It's always been bad. Trump is just good friends with him and Kim Jong-un. But yeah, they've killed many Americans. North Korea kidnaps Americans too. Like, they all hate America. They like Trump, though, because Trump's a useful idiot. Trump's really stupid, so they can take advantage of him. That's why they like him.
They also like Biden because he didn't really do anything much to really stop them, other than spend money.
No, they hated Biden, actually, because Biden provided funding to Ukraine. No, they like. Who do you think they like more, Trump or Biden being president?
Biden, 100%.
Oh, yeah, so they, okay, so logically, think about this. So Russia is invading Ukraine. Biden gave Ukraine funding, okay? Russia... does not like Ukraine. So Biden wants to give Ukraine more funding. Trump wants to cut funding from Ukraine. So which of those two positions is more advantageous for Russia?
Biden sending money.
It's better for Russia if Biden sends Ukraine money.
It's better for Russia for Trump.
Yeah, so they want Trump to be president because Trump is better for Russia's goals because they know Trump wants to abandon Ukraine.
Trump's actively trying to stop the war, unlike Biden, where he just pours out money.
That's not true either. Russia invaded Ukraine. If Russia wanted to stop the war, they never would have invaded. And Trump right now is just like repeating talking points from Russia. But like, honestly, man, you should not have an opinion on this. Like, you do not have nearly enough information. You need to do some research, maybe watch some documentaries on global structures and like to talk about foreign policy, hard power, soft power. There's so many concepts here that's a big deal, and I want people to be involved and vote on issues. But if you have this low level of an understanding of any of these topics, then you should definitely take a step back and understand these issues more, because you don't want to sound dumb on main. If you sound dumb on main, you might seem like a silly goose, and if you seem like a silly goose, you might look like a dumbass, and no one wants to assume things, because when you assume things, you might be an asshole. But I thank you for the call. Really appreciate it. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like and subscribe to the stream. Please drop a like and subscribe. I'm exhausted. I am talking to people who are really... It takes a lot of energy to talk to them, okay? Their brains are void, and they suck energy out of me trying to communicate with them. That was rough. Thank you guys for watching. I probably need to get off. I've been streaming for 4 hours now, around 4 hours. I'm not going 10 hours. I lied. It's too tiring. It's too painful. Someday maybe, but right now it's too painful with these conversations. Please drop a like, subscribe. Like I said, if you have any extra money laying around, you want to support independent media, I stream most nights. I put a lot of time into this channel, a lot of pain, as you can see, trying to spread a good message and get people on a factual basis. Please consider donating to Jolah Politics on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. That's JOLAH Politics, POLITICS. Jolah Politics on Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Okay, Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, Jolah Politics, or you could donate to the coffee link that you see there as well. Donate at coffee /Jolah Politics. Please consider supporting the stream. If you have any money laying around, drop me a tip through those means. That's the best way to donate. But other than that, thank you guys for liking, subscribing. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'll be back on maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe tomorrow for a little bit. Definitely Sunday. I will definitely be streaming Sunday. I'm not sure what time yet. Most likely at night. Yeah, if you donate $10 with my Cash App is Jolah Politics. JOLAHPOLITICS. Jolah Politics. You can see it on top of the stream. It's up there. It's all the way up there. Under the Trump is terrible. It says Jolah Politics for my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Liking, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. Thank you. Oh man. We're cooked. I'm not doing one more call, bro. I'm not doing one more call. Again, if you send me $10 with your name and your phone number, I have to take your call. But no one did it, and the time ran out, so. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night. Oh man. I'd give today's streams a 7 out of 10. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Kyle, I think Kyle's here for most of the stream. Thank you, everyone. Channel members, thank you for normies. Normal watchers, thank you, Cam. Thank you, Krusty B. Thank you, Kate. I'm just looking at who's in the list right away. Thank you, channel members as well. Channel memberships. Kelly R says, one more, please. I mean, I'm going to go get McDonald's. I'm not going to lie. I'm hungry. If I get a burst of energy after McDonald's and you guys are still up, I might stream again at like midnight or 1 o'clock, but yeah, the algorithm's not doing that good right now. We're at like 200, 300 viewers on the shorts. Kind of CP. Thank you for saying best channel. Yeah, I need some rest. Thank you. I've been streaming for 4 hours. I'll be back. McDonald's again. I need to stress eat now after talking to these characters. Thank you for $10, Sri. $10 with the thank you. Thank you, Sri. Thank you again, Jeff, from earlier. Hell yeah, late night stream. Yeah, I might hop on at 1 a.m. Who knows? McDonald's time, though. Or cereal. I'm not sure. W. Pisco collab today. Good Franklin. Are you here? Who's here because of Pisco? Who found my channel because of Pisco? That's still here. Like because of Pisco. Or through Pisco. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Initials YF. Or I love your channel. Thank you so much for $10. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. That little dopamine hit is going to empower me for when I stream later or tomorrow or Sunday. Thank you. You just got me a Happy Meal. Thank you. Thank you for the Happy Meal. $10. I could get 2 Happy Meals. 2 Happy Meals. Thank you. Really appreciate it. How about this? I'll stream again at 12:30 for a little bit. Maybe. I don't know yet. Maybe. Don't look at me. You're here because of Destiny? What do you mean because of Destiny? LOL. How did you find my channel? I forget. Jolah Pisco collab? I talked to Pisco today for a little bit. Did anyone say they found me because of Pisco? Self-sided, short-sighted, selfish. Yeah. You found me on Shorts Organic. Nice. Algorithm go up. I know you said one more call. Yeah, thank you for the I got the Cash App. Thank you. I usually just say initials. Do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Someone donated RQ. Initials RQ. Thank you. They donated $10 and said, "For I love you too." Aw, thanks. Thank you for all the support, guys. Really appreciate it. Now I can get 4 Happy Meals. Hell yeah. No, I am tired though. I've been going for 4 hours now. I took a lot of calls. I literally cannot physically handle another call. It's not gonna be good. I'm gonna lose. Oh yeah, I was on a stream for a little bit, for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Thank you guys. No, I need to take a break. I'm not mentally here. I am not mentally here. I cannot handle another conversation about Ukraine. Okay, and that's gonna be the conversation. I already know. I already know what people are gonna call in with, and I can't do it right now. I'm dying. Mentally. I need a break. I know you guys understand. McDonald's coffee. Hey, if you care about my channel. If you care about my channel, you gotta let me. What do you mean we gave you money? What do you mean we? Yeah, every job gets a break for 4 hours. I'm going to get a snack. All right. Wait, you didn't give me money. You have a Trump Vance profile picture. See, no fan of my channel would make me stay and do another call when I say I'm not mentally here. See, that's why I know you were a Trump supporter. That's why I knew you were a Trump supporter, because you don't care about my mental health. I could tell. I could sniff you out. You hate you hate me. You want me to suffer. That's why you want me to take another call. You want me to suffer. Take a break. Thank you. Those are the real fans saying take a break. Nice. Destiny to Peace Code of Jolah. Oh god, 2 milk up. I almost called JK.
One more, Jay. One more. Let me get it right. I'm sober. G.
I would like to thank you for everything you're doing to expose Trump's lies and misinformation. Thank you to keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The stream. Please have a like and subscribe.
You know, call, dog. Nah, nigga. Nonsense, homie. Look, I promise you, like.
Stop leaving voicemails. You've been leaving voicemails for the past hour. I'm gonna have to block you, bro. You have to chill. You gotta chill. All right, guys. See you later. Thank you for subscribe. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I'm gonna get some type of food. I'm sober, I promise. 3-day stream. Once I hit 100,000 subs. 100,000 subs, bro. Love you, rest up, buddy. See, I pressured you into being nice. I'm sober, sus. McDonald's. What do I want? A burger, I guess. Oh, my tummy's gonna hurt tomorrow, though. All right, see you guys. Have a good night. Join Discord too. Here's Discord. Discord. Here you go. Discord. Join Discord. Here you go. Join Discord. Wait a second. Oh wait. Crap. Yeah. Sure. Here. That works. Shut up. I told you I'm leaving. Thank you guys. A shot for every sub. I don't drink. You mean a shot like a gun? Okay, see you guys. Here's the Discord link. Join Discord, guys. Thank you guys for all the donations and support and subscribers and all that stuff. Thank you. Barbecue sauce. Yeah, barbecue sauce shots from McDonald's. Thank you guys. See you guys. Goodbye. Good night. Maybe. See you later. Maybe. I don't know. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the messages and Venmos and Cash Apps and PayPals. You are funding independent media. I hope you get a dopamine boost whenever you donate. Okay? Get a big dopamine boost. All the dopamine you need. All the dopamine whenever you donate. Know you're giving it to a good cause. All right, guys. Have a good one. Ooh, I want some fries. I could use that right now for sure.